At this time, it is my honor to introduce the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jim Rollins, for a special presentation.
You might ask, what makes a superintendent smile? I can tell you, being around these young people and hearing them perform and love their music, that makes me smile. And if you moms and dads and friends feel the same way, then put a big smile on your face, turn and greet the person next to you, and let's join these young people in having fun tonight. Will you do that for me? Just a moment. These young people are magnificent, and I know you've enjoyed them. Give them all a hand. Will you do that for me? I don't know about you, but I love to say thank you. Let's invite Mr. Irwin and Mr. Brown back to the stage and thank them with your applause. Will you do that? Dr. Brackett, just a moment ago you were seated here in front of me. I would like for you to help me thank Dr. Danny Brackett, our principal here at Har-Ber, and the great staff that works with these children every day. Give them a hand. Will you do that? And moms and dads and friends, I want you to understand how much we thank you for being here and being a part of the education of these young people and working to make Har-Ber High School one of the finest schools in America. Thank you, moms and dads. Tonight has been so very special already. And we have another very special piece of the program tonight that I want to share with this community. I've asked for just a few minutes to recognize one of the great educators of our time. Dr. Marcia Jones is completing her career of service to the Springdale School District. For the last 30 years, she's led the curriculum and instruction programs in our district. Just a moment, I'm going to focus on her love for the arts and so forth. But Marcia, will you stand and let folks see you? We want to thank you for the great contributions you've made to our young people. Dr. Jones has been recognized by every professional educational association I know as someone who's helped set the bar, who's constantly worked for improvement, and especially in the arts. It just seems to me that when she's acknowledged by those who love music, those who love our bands, those who love the arts, there's a special gleam that comes to her eye. And so it's very fitting, in my view, that we take a few moments in a setting like this, Marcia, to acknowledge your great work. In 2013, she was named by the Arkansas Music Educators as the Outstanding Educator. Prior to that, she had been named by the art teachers as the Outstanding Art Educator. She's worked so hard with our gifted and talented programs and was recognized by that group, and so often it had to do with that creative piece that makes our young people so great. She's also a member of our Art Center of the Ozarks. The arts are very, very special to her, and recognizing her here in this setting tonight is really special. Marcia, in just a few moments, I'm going to ask you and members of our board to come to the stage. But before I do, we'd like for you to sit there with your family and friends around you. Ladies and gentlemen, along with Dr. Jones and her family, I want you to enjoy a very special video that captures some of the main areas of her career of service that's helped make these kids who they are today, that's helped make our school system great. Let's enjoy the video.
What defines a leader?
Discipline.
Kindness.
Intuition, a serving heart.
Intellect combined with strong common sense.
And all of them are you.
And all of them are you.
All of them are you.
Marcia's got a wonderful spirit about her. She's warm, her eyes just dance and sparkle. And one of the great things I remember about her is how easy she is as a parent to really work with.
It's always our intent to hire the very best available. Dr. Jones, from day one, has demonstrated not just her intellect and her knowledge and her background in educational services, but her absolute commitment to Springdale kids and to working with our teachers to bring forward the potential and promise of those young people.
You know, immediately I began to see she was clearly engaged with the arts and the local community of arts and how that impacted the schools and kids and families. And that was really when I first realized, okay, yes, she's an educator, but she's truly somebody that loves the arts.
One of the people that I listened to was Dr. Jones. And I soon became aware of the fact that there is a huge amount of science behind the educational process, and she was the ultimate scientist of education, and she was delightful.
And very early, you begin to realize the talent she had in that area, but she had such a love of learning that touched all children that you knew right away. She was the person to help lead the curricular programs of our district. Dr. Jones is one of the most talented, the most committed, the most knowledgeable educational leaders that I've ever had the privilege to work with. And in addition to that, she's such a stabilizing force.
I think she's awesome. She's an inspiration, and she's a lot of fun. She's very personal. She's never made me feel like she was too busy for me or for the concerns that we were discussing or whatever it was.
A tireless worker, day in, day out, during the school day. But I know personally the commitment that she has in the evenings and on weekends. This work has been her life.
She has got a huge heart, and she makes everyone feel welcome when they walk in a room and she's there. I mean, she greets everyone, and you feel just as important as anyone else in that room. I mean, she just makes you feel important. And she's got a great way of communicating, a great way of listening, and I love her nature, her smile, just everything about her.
Our commitment is to get better and get better and get better. To walking up that stairway, as I often say, toward educational excellence. Dr. Jones has walked hand in hand with our teachers and principals, and certainly myself, as we've tried to define that path together. Her presence will forever be deeply appreciated, and we will miss her immensely, but she's helped lay the foundation that we can all now walk forward from.
Focusing on school legacy, I think about where we would be in Springdale without the preschool program that we have, and I think of her when I think of that in orchestrating and putting out there all the rationale for why you need preschool.
Her ability to really be able to be visionary and work with bringing technology into the classroom, setting those first pieces of curriculum, working with that technology piece in the classroom, to me is huge. When you talk about 1,200, 1,500 teachers and making sure that they are on board with what they need in the classroom, Marcia is right there with each and every one of them.
Because of you, I will be successful.
Because of you, I will be successful.
Because of you, I will be successful.
Because of you, I will be successful. Thank you.
Dr. Jones, if you would come forward and join me on the stage, and let me invite the members of our school board to come and join us. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, with your applause, students, with your applause, thank this great educator for her service to our schools. It's a privilege now for me to invite Ms. Cathy Mcfetridge, the senior member of our board, for a very special announcement. Welcome, Ms. Mcfetridge. Thank you.
Well, good evening. It's such an honor to be here on this very special evening. First, I'd like to introduce the members of the board that can be with us tonight. We've got Mr. Jeff Williams, who is Vice President of our board. Jeff? We have Mr. Danny Dotson. Kevin Owenby. And our newest member, Michelle Cook. And believe me when I say it is an honor to serve with such a great team. First, I want to start and just recognize and congratulate our seniors tonight. What an incredible program you have put on for all of us. Thank you so much. Mr. Irwin, thank you for letting us have just a few minutes of your program tonight to really recognize Dr. Jones, who has been an amazing leader in this district for the past 30 years. When I think of Marcia Jones, the words that come to mind are dedicated, committed. She is certainly persistent, gifted, and so very smart. She's visionary, she's energetic, tireless, and one of those ever-ready bunnies. She's ready to go at any time. But I think the two words that mean the most to me is the passionate and caring and love that she gives all the students, and I mean all 21,000 students in this district. Let us thank her. Marcia, you will be missed, but your legacy will go on through the many lives that you touched all these years. We have a special gift for you, and I hope it's one that will help you always remember how very appreciated you are by so many of us. We have a special crystal book that we're going to give her, and I'd like to read the inscription on that book. And I'm going to ask the rest of the board to please join me up at the podium, please. This is a gift from the board. And Marcia, please. Come on up here. And I'm going to try and not cry. In recognition of her outstanding leadership of curriculum and instruction for the students of the Springdale School District, and with heartfelt appreciation for her significant support of programs in the arts that have enriched and enhanced the lives of Springdale students, we now hereby declare that the Performing Arts Center at Har-Ber High School will now and hereafter be officially known as the Dr. Marcia Jones Performing Arts Center.
Oh my gosh.
And it goes on to read, and we extend to Dr. Jones the deep appreciation of the school board, students, parents, staff, and patrons of the Springdale School District, presented on May 1st, 2014 by the Springdale School Board. Marcia, would you like to say anything? Not to put her on the spot or anything. This has been, I think, a surprise up until this very moment.
You all can keep a surprise. That's a fact. I am so honored. I do have a passion for the arts. It's because it's where kids can express themselves in ways that other classes don't allow. It is where their maximum potential can come forward in their own personalized way. And we should always, always ensure that every child has the capacity to express themselves in music, in the drama, in the visual arts. We can never, never, never give away the capacity of having the arts bring forth their potential and maximize their link to humanity. I love your music. You all may not know me, but I know you. I know your music. And long after these words tonight go away, your music will linger, and it will linger in this hall. So I want to thank you. Thank you for your gift of music. Thank you for allowing me to be a partner with you in being a champion for the arts, and I won't give that up. That will be with me forever. So I guess I'm at a loss for words, but Randy, it's a great honor for me to share the stage with you and your students tonight. They are magnificent. This has been a great gift to me, but this music is a greater gift, because that's where your passion and your soul can come forward. So thank you, and thank you, school board. My gosh, I'm going to sound like the Academy Awards. Okay, stop. Thank you very much.
Before I forget, I want to invite her family and special guests to a reception that will follow in the Har-Ber High School School Rotunda once we are finished. Thank you, Randy.
And we would like to honor, you've been such a blessing to us in the arts here in Springdale. We would like to give you a blessing.